The spirit and power of Yahweh Shah Shah. So before we begin, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to double honors to our teachers, the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Much respect to you brothers laboring worldwide. Hey man, we coming to the end of this thing, man. Somebody give me yep. And second Ezra 6 and 9. Yeah, we coming to the end of this thing. You should be in rejoice mode, man. All right? Regardless of whatever we got to go through, we see the fall of our enemies. Yeah. That should be, you know, worthy of praise of Yahweh Shah Shah, because he's the one that's doing it. You got that?
This book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and verse 5.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord power, and evil and only evil, behold, is come.
Yeah, evil and only evil, behold, is come. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and end is come, the end is come, and watching for thee, behold, it is come.
Yeah, man, the end is waiting on you. All right, and we know Esau is the end of the world, the end of this current rulership. All right, that has our people just lost in the south, man.
Second Ezra 9 and verse 5. Yep. For like it's all that is made in the world, had the beginning and the end, and the end is manifest.
Yeah, the end is made known. It is shown forth. Right? Go ahead.
Going to second Ezra 6 and verse 7. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, and what shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that follows?
Yeah, we at the end of Esau's season of rulership. All right? What is the beginning of the first? All right? Go ahead.
It says in the end of it that, in the beginning of it that follows.
Yeah, the beginning of it that follows. Go ahead.
And he said unto me from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the head of Esau.
Go ahead.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
You see? So our kingdom is coming, man. We're at the end of this rulership, and all these prophecies are playing out. Give me Matthew 16. And it's showing forth. The things are blooming. The things that the Lord said was going to happen are happening.
Yakar, this is the book of second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 20. And when the world that shall begin,
start at 17.
17. Second Ezra 6 and 17. And it happened that when I had heard
Like
it,
18.
18. And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
And that's what you're saying. The Lord is drawing nigh, visiting them that dwell upon the earth. What do you think these are? That's beautiful. These earthquakes, man. These uproars of the people. All right? Your dollar getting ready to crash. What do you think that's all about? Oh, it's the Lord Yahweh Shah Shah visiting America, Babylon the Great, the wickedest kingdom ever erected.
Verse 19, and will begin to make inquisition of them.
See? And begin to make inquisition. Where was you in 70 AD? Right? Where was you on those postcards hanging our brothers and sisters? Right? Well, the Lord is making inquisition on you double.
What they be that have hurt unjustly with
See?
their unrighteousness.
Yep, what you be. You gonna hurt the Jews of Yahweh Shah Shah. He's gonna pay you back for that. Go ahead, huh?
And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled,
Go ahead.
and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens.
See, these tokens, these signs are being shown. Why? Because the world is being finished. This current age, this current rulership. Okay? Go ahead.
The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together.
And that's what you said. The books are open before the firmament. All right? You can get a text, all right, or alert from a brother halfway across the world, and it's open before the firmament by way of the internet. Right?
This Matthew 16, I'm starting at verse 1. It says, the Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting, desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Yep.
He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, he said it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and warm.
Yep.
O ye hypocrites!
Oh, you hypocrites. Go ahead.
Ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the
Yeah,
time?
you don't see what's going on? America's getting worse. It's not getting any better. These certain mandates, why they constraining you to take this thing and you can't get nothing to eat, you can't work. What do you think that's about? It's not going to get any better. It's going to increase, all right?
It says, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. And there shall no sign be given unto it,
Yep.
but the sign of the prophet Jonah.
And you see the prophets on the highways and byways, man. Jonah was a prophet, all right? Telling Nineveh, hey, man, if you don't get your shit together, you're going to be destroyed. It didn't happen at that time, but guess what? It eventually happened because all the words of the Lord are going to come to pass. That's why you see this place messed up, man. You got food shortages, all right, supply chain disruption. What are you going to do when you can't feed your baby? What you going to do? Guess what is coming? Whether you want to believe it or not. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ezekiel 7 and verse 25, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
Read that again.
Yeah, Ezekiel 7 and verse 25,
Yep.
destruction cometh,
Destruction cometh, go ahead.
and they shall seek peace.
And you gonna seek peace. You gonna call out to who you call as God and sweet Jesus. And he ain't gonna answer you. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, and there shall be none.
And it ain't gonna be none. You gonna cry to the Lord early, he ain't gonna hear you. Because when he got his hand open unto you right now, you reject him. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 26, mischief shall come upon mischief,
Yup.
and rumor shall be upon rumor.
Yup.
And then shall they seek a vision of the
And
prophet.
you gonna come out here and we ain't gonna be out here. You gonna seek a vision of the prophet. But at the time that it was open to you, you despised it. Hold that.
It's Zechariah 7 and 13. Therefore it has come to pass that as he cried,
Yep, as he cried, the Lord is crying out to you right now. Go ahead.
and they would not hear,
And you would not hear. Go ahead.
so they cried,
Yep.
and I would not
And
hear,
the Lord ain't gonna hear you. Go ahead.
saith the Lord of hosts.
See? And it's coming to that time very soon. All right? You think you'll be studying? Nah, man. That dollar gonna be worthless. They gonna constrain you to take that MOTB, which is the RFID microchip. Then what you gonna do? Right? It's gonna be a lot of pressure, man. We're gonna see what your faith entails.
You're finishing off Ezekiel 7 and 26. It says, but the law shall perish from the priests
Yep.
and counsel from the ancients.
And counsel from the and that's what you get in this counsel, man. This wise counsel that the Lord has opened up to us.
This is the book of Ezekiel 21 and verse 9.
Yep.
Son of man, prophesy.
Yep.
And say, thus saith the Lord power.
See, that's what we come out to say, thus saith the Lord. We're not speaking our own words. We're not coming out our own vain opinion. We're speaking the words of the Heavenly Father. Go ahead, Doc.
Say a sword.
Yep.
A sword is sharpened.
Yep.
And also furbished.
Yeah, a sword is sharpened and also firm. It is ready to take you jakes out. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The white man is poised to kill you, whether you want to believe it or not.
God.
You got to pay for free. You heard the word. Start it from the top.
It says, son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord.
Oh, son of man, prophesy, let you know, give you warning what's coming to pass. Go ahead.
Say, thus saith the Lord.
Yep.
Say a sword is sharpened and furbished.
It's furbished. See, the Lord has this destruction prepared. The brother started out reading Ezekiel 7, said the end watching for you. It's already decreed. It's just waiting on you to get done. Go ahead, Doc.
It is sharpened
Yep.
to make a sword slaughter.
Yep.
It is furbished that it may glitter.
Go ahead.
Should we then make murder?
Yeah, should you be in Murph going to the baseball game every damn weekend, acting like there's nothing happened, nothing going on? What we gonna find out? Go ahead.
It contendeth the rod of my son as every tree.
Go ahead.
And he hath given it to be furnished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and is furbished to give it to the hand of the
And
slave.
who was the slave? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The Lord has prepared this devil to come down with great wrath. And we giving you this warning. It's up to you to hearken. It's up to you to hear. We can't make you understand. All right, blessed is he who understands. You know that? Done. Yep. Done.
Yeah. Proverbs 1 and verse 20. It says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of the
Wisdom
concourse.
cried out. She uttered her voice in the street. This is an example of wisdom crying out right now, uttering her voice in the streets, man. Keep going on.
Yep.
Crieth in the chief place of
Yes,
concourse.
she cried in the chief place of concourse, right here, on the highways and byways, intersections of the city, man. That's where you find wisdom at. Go ahead.
It says, in the openings of the gates, in the openings of the gates in the city, she uttered her voice.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. The Lord has the words of the Lord are being spoken out in hidden. So you can't have any excuse. You can't say I didn't hear this. You know you're an Israelite? Okay, good. Go ahead, man.
Verse 22, how long, you simple
How
ones,
long, you simple ones?
will you love simplicity?
Yeah, man, our people are simple as hell. They love the easy thing of the world. Go ahead.
It says, and a scorning,
Yup.
and the fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. This knowledge, you got it, huh?
Love and simplicity. What's the embodiment of that? You being here acclimated in America. You loving folly and being involved in this and living out your fantasies here, man. That's you loving simplicity because it's playing out through your actions, man. You know?
Yep.
And that's what's going to lead to your destruction.
That is going to lead to your destruction. Because you despise this word. And it's being opened unto you. It's being revealed unto you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, God, Proverbs 1 and verse 23, it says, turn ye at my reproof.
Yep.
Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you.
And that's what you're saying. The Lord is pouring out his spirit to his people because he has compassion for them. He wants them not to be destroyed. But this ain't for the masses. And we like it that way. All right? We know this for the elect, for the chosen. Or Yahweh Shah.
God. It says, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you have refused.
Yep.
I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
See, the Lord has got his hand stretched out now, but no man is regarded. All right? Only the elect of the children of Israel are going to come back to this. Go ahead.
Verse 25, but ye have set at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof.
And with none of his reproof, man. You get reproved now. Okay?
This is the book of 2 Chronicles 36 and 15.
Yep.
It says, in the Lord, Yahweh shall power of their fathers sent to them by his messengers.
See, by his messengers, the Lord is not coming to you, man. All right? He sent out men to spread his word, to publish his gospel. Go ahead.
Rising up big times.
Yep. Often and early, diligently. Go ahead.
And sending.
Yep.
Because he had compassion on his people.
See, because he have compassion on his people. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, this book of Deuteronomy 32 and verse 20, and he said, I will hide my face from them.
Yep.
I will see where their end shall be.
Yep.
For they are a very fraud generation.
Yep.
Children in whom is no faith.
Sure to whom is no faith, man. All right, and that's 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the Lord has opened up this word to you, and you reject it. And it's a penalty for that, man. Hold a second, here's your mind and start at the top. It's a penalty for unbelief, man. You want to be destroyed. Yeah,
Got some real quick. This is the book of Jeremiah 6. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, to whom shall I speak and give warning,
Yep.
that they may hear?
Yep.
Behold, their ears uncircumcised, that they cannot hearken.
Yep.
Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it.
Yeah, you have no delight in it, man. All right, even though you hear the warning, you see the signs, but you can't perceive the danger lurking. Okay? You know, a deer is not friends with a damn lion. You know? Well, you don't see the danger lurking. Esau is ready to pounce and kill you, man. He's setting up different legislation. All right, all he got to do is just sign that letter or sign that bill, and then it's over. You know, ain't nothing you can do about it. But you want to continue to trust in this system. You want to continue to trust in Esau.
Hey, how can I add?
You got it.
Real quick, brother said, y'all brought out to give it to the hand of the slave. How was I spoke about that? The thief coming not but for the steal, kill, and destroy. That's the lot Esau was meant to occupy, man. So right now, it sounds like a crazy idea. We said so-called like a I should take over the world, you know, the villain. But you're going to find it to be true. All right, this man is going to come after you. All hell bent on destroying you. All right, this man loves the blood of the children of Israel. Like the brother going into. That's going to be that eye-opening moment. This man pick your ass up, all you off to repentance.
And guess what? It's coming, man. Whether you want to believe it or not. All right, because the Lord has already prophesied these things to come to pass.
1 Thessalonians 5:3,
Yep.
it says, for when they shall say peace and safety,
Yep.
then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And you're not going to escape. Why? Because you don't know what's to your peace. All right? The Lord haven't opened you up to that. All right? We coming back to your house by shop with a contrite, humble spirit, knowing we went out, man. You know, that's the problem with Jake. They have no fear. They don't fear the Lord. There's no fear in the land. And that's why you're going to be destroyed. Yeah, so,
Good. The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered thou the time diligently in itself.
yeah, measured out the times diligently in itself. By way of what? The prophecies. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past,
Yo.
which I have told thee before,
Part of the prophecies past that he have told us before, namely what? What is that? Transatlantic slave trade? That was a prophecy. Come. Okay, come. Yeah, these different things that the Lord said were going to come to pass. Hey, we being in the want of everything from our enemies.
Esau causing fire
Come.
to descend on the earth. What's that? Revelation 13, he caused fire to come down on the earth.
Yeah.
That came to pass. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Oh, World War I, World War II. Outlines of scripture.
So these are the things the Lord said part of the signs past. Come.
yep. Verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same times wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Oh, see, visit the world which he made. He's drawing nigh to the earth, man. By way of what? The prophecies, the different hurricanes, the different tornadoes. Where's the Lord that's drawing near and visiting this place? Go ahead.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes
See? Earthquakes,
and uproars of the people in the world,
uproars of the people. And we seeing these things. They're manifest. Go ahead.
then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, the Lord said, then thou shalt well understand. But 2/3, Jake, they don't even understand, man. They don't see the prophecies. All right? Why? Because the Lord hasn't opened them up to it. Go ahead. Why? So he can destroy them. Go ahead.
For like as all that is made in the world
Yep.
hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
And the end is manifest. It's made known. Continue.
Even so,
Yep.
the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs.
Endings and effects and signs. And we see them. Go ahead.
And everyone that shall be saved,
And everyone that shall be saved, go ahead. So, see, that's the duality of Yahweh Shah, man.
Yeah.
He give you the destruction, and then what he do, he just lets you know the ones who actually seek him while he may be found, this is a reward for that. Go ahead.
it says, even so the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonderful powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved
Go ahead.
and shall be able to escape by his
Woo,
works.
it shall be able to escape. That word dictates you must be in danger, man. All right? You in imminent danger here in America. The pit. That's it, huh? Go
It
ahead.
says, and by faith whereby ye have believed.
Faith is so important. See, that's why these people can't see the prophecies come to pass because they don't have faith. All right, what is that? Hebrews 4:2. The gospel was preached to us as well as to them, but it didn't profit them not being mixed with faith. See, they don't have the outlook. They're not prudent. They don't see the evil coming. But this devil is getting ready to change his countenance.
Verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils.
Shall be preserved. That word preserved is a bad word, but it means keeping it in its original state despite all the things around it. That's what the Lord has for his elect.
Yeah, it goes on to say, and shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
See, from the beginning. These certain spirits were sanctified from the beginning, man. You see? Oh, you got some more? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
It says, then shall they be in a pitiful case,
Woo, go ahead.
which have now have abused my way,
Yeah.
and they have cast my way
I
despitefully.
have cast them away despitefully, man. You see the Lord giving you his hand, but you slapping it away. That's like somebody coming to give you comfort. Hey, brother, it's going to be all right. And you just slap their arm away, man. That's what you doing to Yahweh Shai, man. What you got?
Proverbs 1 and verse 32. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
So you want to trust in Esau, that fool is going to destroy you, man. Read that from the top one more time.
It says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
The turning away of the simple is going to slay you. You turning away this word, all right? Because it's really easy. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and the prosperity.
That's if the Lord didn't open it up to you. Let me make that caveat, you know? Because you ain't going to just open up the book and read it and get understanding now. The Lord has put that spirit on you.
You have to be taught.
That's it, huh?
You have to be taught.
That's it. And the Lord going to give you discernment if you part of that number. If you part of that number to know and filter out from these different groups, man. You got guys now openly taking pictures with guns, man. They ain't hiding it no more, man.
Oh, well, that same guy, he came out, he just came out and announced that he's about to have a reality show.
Oh, man.
He announced that he having Alizé. Alizé. He said, then after that he said, call all your how about you now. You know,
man. See that? But see, when the spirit is resting on you, you had a discernment, man, to understand these guys ain't got it. They false prophets, man, because they don't line up with the scriptures. They actually do line up with the false prophets in the scriptures.
because discernment, that's a keen instinct in survival. As the brother mentioned, if you're a deer and you lose your senses, you know, and you lose sight that the lion is your enemy, you prancing around the lion gonna devour you. So discernment is heavy, man, when it comes to decision making is critical when it comes to perseverance, man. Being saved or preserved. So I said that to say this. 2/3, you finished. And even in 2/3, you know who numbered amongst the 2/3? Guys with Hebrew names. And fringes and t-shirts. They are part of the 2/3. You didn't know that?
Let's see.
Let's go back to the time when Yahweh shot. When Yahweh shot hit the ground running, the ministry. He was bumping heads with Israelites, man. And they knew they was Israelites. They had access to the temple, they were making sacrifices. But did that bring them into the good graces of the Heavenly Father? No. So how much more now a nigga on the coming board, man, with a head, a Wendy's head. They got aprons all over. On your pastime, to unwind, your main thing is you a cook. You'll make a nigga mean, let's sell. But on your pastime, you on the coming board and put up precepts. You got something?
Matthew 7 and 21, it says, Matthew 7 and 21, it says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord.
Right, and that goes to you Israelites that even know the name of Yahweh Shai, man. And those of you who acknowledge the doctrine or somewhat, you acknowledge that you're an Israelite, yet you are not fully committed to the services of the Heavenly Father. You have not given yourself or made your body a living sacrifice. Man. Go ahead,
Shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of the Father which is in heaven.
See that? And that's fully committed. That's fully submitting. When you do the will of someone, you're taking all of your power off the table. You're at the mercy now of another power. And you're doing his will. See, that's where the elect and the 1/3 of the nation of Israel come in at. Which is not a large number in contrast to Israel. Israelites all over the place, man. We found out a lot of these so-called looking Edomites, them Israelites, man. So-called Moab and the so-called Chinese and so-called African, a lot of them Israelites. So that's going to be a remnant that's going to see the salvation of our Lord Yahweh. You got more of this? Go ahead.
It says, many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord. It says, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Yeah, like Alizé. Alizé, man. Nigga last seen on IG with some AR-15s and fringes, man. So, yep, go ahead.
It says, and in thy name has cast out devils, and in thy name they done many wonderful works.
Yep, go ahead.
It says, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
Yep.
Depart from me.
I
Says
never
what?
knew thee, which goes back to the beginning of time. That's what Ephesians, the first chapter, come into play. See, those who are going to see the deliverance of the Heavenly Father through His Son Yahushua was predestined, preordained from the foundation of the earth. You know what that means? Before the Lord made the backdrop, before you saw mountains and rivers and ravines and lakes and streams and oceans, before you saw any of those things, the elect was with the, oh, that's in Proverbs the 8th chapter, man. My delight was the sons of men. The elect, I'm gonna say this, the elect ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's why you gotta be careful around, you know, men that could potentially be of the elect. The elect are very heavy office, man. That's why when you read St. John the 17th chapter, Yahweh Shabbat says, I have not lost any of them. Yep, go ahead.
It says, and then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, you workers of iniquity. Your work is of it promotes iniquity. Because see, the true gospel, right? It entails restrictions. It entails restrictions. See, these other Israelite groups, you could have 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot in the camp. That don't apply over here, you know. So it proves that there's restrictions with the teachings about Lord Yahweh Shah. All right, so give me what you got real quick.
This is Malachi 3:18. Then shall ye return.
Yep. Then shall you what?
Return.
You shall return. Go ahead.
And discern.
And discern. All right, so you're going to come back on the scene of the crime. You're going to come back to the planet Earth, and you're going to be equipped with wisdom, man. All right, the wisdom to discern. Read that again.
Then shall ye return.
Yep.
And discern.
And discern. Go ahead.
Between the righteous and the wicked.
Between the righteous and the wicked. That's a heavy, that's a very heavy component, man. That attribute right there it really can't be trumped. Discernment really is wisdom. To decipher, decision making. Come on, man, that's your life. Ooh. You know how many niggas in the chat with decision making, bad decision making. But see, now the Lord preserved us. Oh, the scripture speaks about how the Lord preserved us from the womb. He kept us for this moment so we could be instructed moving forward. Go ahead. We were born again, press the reset button. Now moving forward, we know how to move among these damn ghouls and goblins here in Babylon the Great, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
We bump into it. Like Manny Fresh with a funny cow. You gotta make the right decision. You can't even deal with it. You can't let it get to that. Motherfucker gotta look like Manny Fresh. With the manicure. Motherfucker drive trucks. That's what's out here in Babylon the Great. That's why the Lord equipped us with the necessary attributes, man, to navigate through the pitfalls and snares laid out here in America. Go ahead.
It says, then shall you return and discern.
See, and discern. Go ahead.
Between the righteous and the wicked.
Go ahead.
Between him that serveth Yahweh Shem Yahushua and him that serveth him not.
Come on, man. So you don't have the discernment to see what group serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua versus what group serve their own belly. And we got the footage on Al-Azhar, man. He like he's doing an interview. He said, yeah, man, we got my reality, you know, call Lord Yahweh, man. And you actually got guys that's following him, man, because they wasn't given discernment. All right, you got it up.
That's right, man. You weren't given the. You don't realize, man, that the path that leads to righteousness is very small, man. Okay? Yo, go ahead. You got that?
Yeah, God. Jeremiah 6 and verse 16 says, thus said the Lord, stand ye in the way and see.
See?
And as for the old
that
path,
see going to discernment, man. You ain't got that sense to see these dudes are off. And as for the old path, go ahead.
where is the good way?
Where's giving you good doctrine? That's the good way, man. The doctrine that Yahweh Shah sent out to lead the life, man. But you reject it. 2/3 of you take, like the brother said, beautifully. You're going to be having on fringes and t-shirts. and you're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
And walk therein, and you shall find rest for your soul.
And you shall find rest for yourself. If you walk in this, if you abide in the correct doctrine, take heed into the doctrine, right? Go ahead.
But they said, hey, we would not walk therein.
Yep. You got men who see it, but they so puffed up in pride, they don't want to be humble and walk there in the path that's going to lead to life. You got that.
It's Matthew 7, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
That's right. Go ahead.
For wide is the gate,
Yep.
and broad is the way.
And that straight gate is a level of difficulty. It's not going to be easy. You got to endure it to the end. Go ahead.
It says, for wide is the gate,
Yep.
and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
That leadeth to destruction. Everything outside this truth is going to lead to destruction. Period.
Right.
If you're not under the banner of Yahweh Bashar Shai, serving him under the correct doctrine, you're going to die. That's it. Go ahead, Doc.
And many there be which go in thereat.
And many there be that go in therein. Is it on there? Look at my pen.
It says, because straight is the gate,
Yep.
and narrow is the way
Yep. Narrow is the way. Go ahead.
which leadeth unto life.
Which, see? Go ahead. That's a path. Go ahead.
And few there be that find it.
And see that? So it's going to be a few number, like the brother said beautifully. It's a few that's going to find this path. Not everybody's going to understand this truth and not be offended. You know, that so-called rape doctrine or whatever they want to call it, that offended a lot of you Jason. And the Lord just booted your ass right on out of them. See? But see, that's why it says it's a narrow path. Okay?
Yeah, Jeremiah 6 and verse 17, it says, also I said, watch me over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
See, hearken to the sound, the warning that is being given out. The Lord said, hearken to it. Go ahead.
He says, but they said, we would not hearken. Therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them.
Yep. Is it on it? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Marshall. Slide.
It's Jeremiah chapter 5.
Yep.
Run ye to
That's
and fro through the streets of Jerusalem,
Through the streets of Jerusalem. And that go right through the whole truth. Go ahead.
and see now,
Yep.
and know,
Yep.
and seek in the broad places thereof,
Yep.
if ye can find a man,
If you can find a man, go ahead.
if there be any that
Yep.
executed judgment.
There be any that execute a judgment. We looking for the elect, man. That's beautiful. Read that again.
It says, run ye to and fro
Yep.
through the streets of Jerusalem,
Through the street. Hey, man. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Go ahead.
and see now,
Yep.
and know, and seek in the broad places
Oh, he
thereof.
said, and no. So you got to be tried out. You ain't just going to come in this thing, man. No, you got to be tried out. You got to be tested. What sort you is. Go ahead.
and seek in the broad places thereof,
Yep.
if ye can find a man, if there be any that executed judgment,
If there be any that execute of judgment, go ahead.
that seeketh the truth.
Ooh, that seek of the truth. See, it wasn't, that's why I say it's easy, because when the Lord called us in this thing, he made it easy for us. All right, he gave us men to lead us. All right, but for you that can't get it, that's, the Lord hated your ass, period. And the ones who get a little bit, all right, and still off in the dark, your ISUBKs, your IUIC, man, the Lord hates you even worse than the other ones, man, because you're going to be whooped with many stripes. You know the will of the Lord, and you still ain't doing it. Go ahead, Al.
That seeketh the truth,
Yep.
and I will pardon it.
And the Lord will pardon it. We gotta be pardoned, man. We full of iniquity. Okay? And we gotta have that iniquity forgiven. All of it. Go ahead, Al.
And though they say, the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely.
Yeah, they swear falsely, man. All right, by way of the doctrine, because that's what's gonna release to life. Okay?
This book of Matthew 10 and verse 5.
Yep.
It says, these 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying,
Oh, this is a commandment for you guys that want to be keyboard warriors. Go ahead.
go not into the way of the Gentiles,
Yep.
and into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not,
Go ahead.
but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah, go to the elect. That lost sheep of the house of Israel is the elect. Go ahead.
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Yep, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, the signs are playing out. The prophecies are coming to pass. Go ahead.
Heal the sick,
Yep.
cleanse the lepers,
Go ahead.
raise the dead,
Go ahead.
cast out devils.
And that's what we're doing through the Spirit, man. People are now being able to see, all right, knowing who their power really is, knowing that He controls every breath that you take. There's no free will. That's what people are now getting these devils cast out of them, man. Go ahead,
Freely ye have received,
Yup.
freely give.
And we ain't making no damn mistakes. We ain't selling no breakdown. Freely we gave, freely we received, freely we giving it out. Go ahead.
It says, provide neither gold nor silver,
Go ahead.
nor brass in your purses,
Yep.
nor scrip for your journey,
Mm-hmm.
neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet staffs
Yep.
for the
Oh,
work.
nor yet staff, no weapons. It's a commandment. You ain't doing what Yahweh Shah said do. You stab, man, carnal, man. Go ahead.
It says, for the workman
Yep.
is worthy of his meat.
You gotta work His word in His key, man. The Lord's gonna provide, man. Okay? Believe me, the Lord will provide. Go ahead.
It says, and into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy.
See, inquire in it who is worthy. We ain't looking for guys who say, well, I'm an Israelite, you know, t-shirts and fringes, all right, but you don't know the gravity, the seriousness of this thing. No, we're not looking for you.
Yeah, you read a Shalom.
Good.
That ain't enough no more, man.
Good. We gotta see what sort of man you is. This is a spiritual battle, man. I gotta have the brother in the church with me, ready to, fight around spiritually. You can't have no weak brother beside you, man. You understand? Go ahead.
It says, inquire who in it is worthy,
Inquire in it who is worthy. Go ahead.
and there abide till ye go thence.
Yep. That's it on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, because 2 Edwards chapter 12 and verse 36, it says, not only has been known, now only has been meet to know the secret of the highest.
Yep. Not only has been meet to know the secret of the highest. You see? Go ahead.
Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide.
Or how you hide something in the book. Oh, we go back to the old phrase, put it in the, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. Even more so, the Lord here to understand it. When you can't understand that the mark of the beast is the RFID market, guess what? I want you to live, man. All right? You take that, you're going to die. Yeah, just take it. Yeah. That's it. Read that from the top again.
It says, thou only has been meet to know this secret of the highest.
Hey man, that's a secret, but we see it plainly. We see all these different things being made manifest, where the stock is growing up on the price of the chip. More people are investing in it. Why? Because they know it's the next thing that's going to happen. It's currency. So why do you think that's happening where the Lord is plainly making it manifest, but you can't see it? And the Lord want to destroy you for that, man. Period. Go ahead,
Therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book and hide them.
And hide them. He here to understand it. Go ahead.
It says, and teach them to the wise of the people.
And teach them to the and guess what? So like you gotta have wisdom, all right, to get this wisdom. Woo! It look like
Yep.
I'm reading
Second
this.
12:38, it says, and teach them to the wise of the people,
And teach them to the wise of the people. Go ahead.
whose hearts thou knowest,
Whose mind? Go ahead.
may comprehend and keep these secrets.
Oh, and keep these secrets. See? Go ahead. Was that it on that? You got it.
Second Ezra 14, in verse 45, it said, and it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled,
Ooh, that's bad.
that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly,
Yep.
that the worthy and unworthy may read.
Yeah, it's being published openly. What it say? The word of the Lord is like a net. Where it gather in both the good and the bad. So it's being published openly, right? Go ahead.
It says, but keep the 70 last.
Ooh, keep the 70 last. Golly. Man, y'all,
Every time.
God. Keep the 70 last. All right, that word, 7 goes into what? Completion. Go ahead.
It says, but keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people.
See, such as be wise among the people. You carnal Israelites, man. You only black Israelites, you only Latino Israelites. You're not wise. And that's that part of that straight gate, this narrow path that the Lord has set up. So you need to thank Yahweh Shah for the sermon. All right? Because like the brother said, that's a key attribute to your salvation, man. If you don't know that it's danger ahead, you walk, you dead.
You can't read the sign.
God.
You can't read the sign.
That's it.
It tells you the road way is out.
That's it.
And you know that's the
That's it. It ain't, what else can we tell you?
road top ahead.
Either you follow the path that the Lord has laid out to lead to life, or you dead. All roads outside this truth, all right, and this doctrine lead to death. Period.
Yeah, this is from the
No, still hold on. Still pass?
Because Ecclesiastes, Sirach 39:24,
Yeah.
it says, as his ways are plain unto the holy.
Beautiful. As his ways are plain. See, it's plain to us. We can see, and that's a huge prophecy, man. That market, that MOTB, is huge. Go ahead.
Can I say something?
You got it.
You notice my words there. Way past. You know, the way out of this place, the way out of this maze, there's a path, the way that the Lord laid out. And it's plain unto those who have eyes to see. That's Psalms 119, that made a light. See, really, everything that you subscribe to out there, I'm talking about all of you people. It's a path. It's a way. Embarked on a mission, and your destiny awaits. You got to end up a 20 split force in the federal, you know what I mean? You know what? He embarked on a mission. It started with a thought. And that, it don't have to be an organized document, if you will. You ain't got to say, you know what? He was subscribing to the teachings of Dr. Khalid Brown or some crazy shit, man. Dr. No, he subscribed to his own way. Oh, the scripture says, lean not to their own understanding. They shall eat the fruit of their own way. You know, so you're going to have to eat it. You have to eat. Everything comes your way, and it all starts with what you subscribe to. All right, these guys who got a 40 can, the way they look at you, that Buddhist wild beast mentality, that starts with a thought, man. So the only path, the only way out of here is this document. You got it out.
Read again. Read again. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 39:24. As his ways are plain unto the holy.
Yeah, as his ways are plain.
So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
Yeah, so are they stumbling blocks. That's why you can't get it. Because it's a stumbling block to you, man. You just got to watch out.
It's Isaiah chapter 35, verse 8.
Yep.
And in the highway shall be there, and a way.
Yeah, a way. See? Go ahead. Yeah, continue.
And it shall be called the way of holiness.
The way of holiness. Go ahead.
Man.
Golly. Hey, God. You got it.
It says, the unclean shall not pass over.
See that? The unclean shall not pass over. That's a separation, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
But it shall be for those,
Woo, see? Go ahead.
the wayfaring men.
Yup.
Those fools shall not err
See,
therein.
man, you fool, man. If you don't have the correct doctrine, you a fool. You out of here, man. Hey, we know the Lord don't deal with no fool.
Yeah, that's it.
Shit, man.
Lord say take no pleasure.
That's it. You got some more?
It says, no lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast
Go ahead.
shall go up therein.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
a
fly.
brute beast. A ravenous beast. You know what that is? A guy. No, he's foaming at the mouth, telling you that he will not be able to come into that path, into that way of thinking. No brute beast.
Go ahead. It says, it shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there.
But the redeemed shall walk there, man. This is that path that the brother explained is going to lead to righteousness, man, and lead to salvation, lead to be preserved from the said peril. There's more on that.
Isaiah 43:19. Behold, I will do a new thing.
Yep.
Now shall it spring forth. Shall you not?
Yep.
I will even make a way in the wilderness.
That's again a path, a way in the wilderness. Where is it? Babylon the Great. We're in the wilderness, man. All right? Israel is a wilderness also, but we are in the wilderness. It's a desolate place, man, where there's no life. Where it said in Job 10, a place of darkness. What darkness is as light.
This is that open valley, dry bone, that desolation.
God, it says, and rivers in the desert.
And that's where you see why they wear these channels, man. This living water is proceeding out on every front now. It's overwhelming. The Lord has poured out His Spirit upon the planet Earth.
Real quick, Habakkuk 2, in verse 14, it reads, it says, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
See, the earth shall be filled with the what?
With the knowledge.
With the knowledge. See, we ain't know. I ain't know 10 years ago who Yahweh and Yahweh was. I ain't have the understanding that He was poised to kill me. Like the analogy we make often. You know, you getting ready to go into a house party, and a dude walk up and touch you on your shoulder and say, hey man, get the fuck out of here, I'm gonna kill everybody in here. Hey man, that's what the Lord gave to us. You know, He gave us warning, and we move with fear like Noah. That's it. You know? So read that again, huh?
God, it says, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord, as the waters cover the sea.
As the waters cover the sea, meaning this living water is covering everybody. It's now Isaac Bruce, and he ain't got the right path. That shows you right there. He calling on different names, still saying JC, but he know he an Israelite. Water is covering the sea are the people. Okay? Where is that at? Wisdom Solomon 1 and 6.
Can I say too, like a lot of these guys, these celebrities, they already know, man, to the fact that they Israelites. The stage is set. Nobody gets away. See, once you hear this word, now you're held accountable. The Messiah called Yahweh Shai, he set it up where it was hard to find this path. You got all these other Israelite groups that set up to filter you. You gotta be thankful that Yahweh Shai called you into this council, man. You know, you found this path. Because look at all the other paths out there. Imagine for the first time you're trying to find this Israelite thing. And you type in Hebrew Israelite. You know we're gonna come up, man. We're gonna get all kind of little bug out. One way gonna come up with one body. And you hear the first sermon, you be like, oh, hey. You taking that. Those paths are similar to being like in the city, right? And you're going down all these streets, and the path that you're looking for, the street you're looking for is an alley. It's a thin alley, and if you ain't paying attention, you'll pass by. That's how this truth is, man. This is a narrow path. You ain't gonna find the apostles of greatness, the prophets of Yahweh Shai. What's they call it like that? You ain't gonna find the prophets of Yahweh Shai so easy. You do a type in, you're not gonna see the apostles and elders and these various camps throughout Great Millstone. You're gonna find some knowledge somewhere.
Canaan 44. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a treasure hid in a field.
Hid. It's hid in the world. This treasure is hidden. In the plain sight. But especially for those of you who digging for it. You know? It's hidden from you. Oh, that's Isaiah. The power of Jacob will hide his face. The face of this truth. Go ahead.
It says, which when a man have found, he hideth, and for drug thereof gold and selleth all that he has.
Right, he holds fast to it, he stashes it. When you hide something, that means you keep it. It's a possession of yours now. So when you get this truth, you possess it, right? Then you sell everything else you got. Give me that real quick in Isaiah the 30th chapter. See, it goes back to decision making. This is a wise counsel here, man. Hey, if you on a board of certain, you know, whether it's Coca-Cola or whatever, you got the board. You ain't just in there to be in there. We're gonna probably ask you, you know, what's your opinion? What you think? What do you say about this fall's numbers? You know? Decisions got to be made, man. See, that's what we're about to come into. We're about to come into a time where the Lord is going to show, oh, scripture say that, then you should know whom I chose. That's going to be based upon decision making, man. Which we not boasting in as if it's us. No, the Lord has given us the instructions. All right, go ahead, huh?
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30. Isaiah 30, and I start at verse 21. Come, Isaiah 30 and 21. It reads, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying,
What's that, man? That ear, that sound that you hear behind you. That's the doctrine. That's the voice. That's Matthew, what's that, St. John, is it the 10th chapter? My sheep hear my voice. That means you heard the doctrine and it registered with you. Okay, you bought into it. Go ahead, huh?
saying, this is the way.
Oh, this is the way. Again, you have embarked on a mission. You walking a path now. And what's so heavy about this path, when you get so far, you don't see your house no more. You leave out of your house, the first few steps, you can still see your house. It's easy to go back into the world. When you first come in, you know, you got to struggle with certain things. But the more you embark on that path, you can't even see the house no more. Ain't no sense of turning back. You turn back, you ran out of time. This path is this truth. Matter of fact, give me, hold that, give me Proverbs, Proverbs, no, what's that? No, give me Psalms 25 and 4. Go ahead, come on.
St. Matthew 7 and 13, it says, enter ye in at this great gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Right, so Christianity, for an example, everything the brother was just saying, man. You know, it's just like that alley, man, that you're gonna pass by, man. You know, really, you gotta be what? Predestinated. You know, what it is? Predestinated for salvation. What it is? What is it called? Yeah, predestinated for salvation. Yeah. So that's how you find that little narrow little spot. I'll read it again. Matthew 7 and 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way.
Right, and again, all that starts with a mindset, a teaching, man. The broad way. The reason why it's broad, because you can fit many doctrines in there. It's everything else. It's this way or everything else. So whatever you subscribe to out there, again, is going to lead you, you know, your faith awakes. All right, come on.
It says, and narrow is the way that leadeth
narrow is the way. It's hard, you can't, oh, matter of fact, continue.
That leadeth unto life.
See, come on, man.
And few there be that find it.
And few there be that find it. That actually goes into the internet as well. Isaac Bruce went on that mission. He went on that mission to find that path. And he didn't find it. He didn't find it. Because if he did, he wouldn't even made that speech.
Nope.
He would have quietly been waiting on Yahweh. Yep.
This is Psalms chapter 25 and verse 4. Show me thy ways, O Lord.
Oh, come, show me thy ways. That's talking about this truth, man. Which again is compared to a path. Read that again.
Done. Show me thy ways, O Lord. In thy path.
Teach me in thy path. So that proves that this way, this path that we have embarked on is really this truth. So the Lord is teaching you this knowledge. You hearkening and yielding to the words of the prophets. That's equivalent to the Lord teaching you the path, the way out of here, man. That's going to be an escape route when the famine hit. You know, when the famine lay hold of America, you have no access to DoorDash, You know, that ain't gonna, you know what I mean? That gonna strike a nerve. Oh, about that. No more DoorDash. Yeah, mama, look at the app.
They looking down like,
Hold on, man. Some nigga said they shut out DoorDash. Sorry. Go ahead.
It says, lead me in thy truth and teach me.
Oh, see, lead me in that truth, which is that path. See, this is not just a subtle, if you will, that you just sit here and it's no movement. Right? As if it's just sitting there docile. No, this is a driving force. This is like currents flowing. Living waters is a process, it's a growing process, man. So once you subscribe to this, it's like go, and you start, moving on the path. You start running a race, man. See, but a lot of Israelite groups, they look at this thing as being stagnant, just here in America with the doctrine. No, it don't work like that. You are on pursuit to greatness now. Go ahead,
It says, lead me in thy truth and teach me.
See?
For thou art the power of my salvation.
Yep.
On thee do I wait all the day long.
Yep. Yeah, meaning what? We are not here to establish our own salvation. No, we're not going to promote, food tables, food drives, or, we got a brother, we got a segment, we got a class on Wednesday to teach you to be a better dad in Israel. No, man, or we're telling you, man, get your weapon game up. We got to knock Esau off. We got, he teaching them our hands to war. You bring out pieces of. No, we patiently waiting on the Lord, understanding that everything is already written. The story is already written, man. We just pray that we fall in the light. You smell that? Man, motherfucking E just sprayed something, man.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, man, he did.
Just smell like an old fridge. Yeah, like empty house.
Hey.
Y'all smell that out there way too? Y'all smell that? Come on, man. That was too extreme for everybody at one time, man. Good job, man. Keep doing this job, man. Like I said, that motherfucker got sent to try to look for him. That's like a good time.
Psalms 25 and 6.
There you go, man.
Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercy.
Yep. Oh, remember that tender mercy, which is this truth, man. Okay? Again, how else is you waiting on the Lord to show mercy? You can't say, the Lord allowed me to pay my bill with you. That's a part of the Lord give us everything. But hold up, the scripture said if you come and serve the Lord, prepare your souls for temptation too, man. So the Lord visits you, you are chastised. So what's the real mercy then? Because in the flesh, your outlook on mercy is to let me ride, just let me slide on everything. No accountability, just let me slide. That was Christianity. That's not mercy, that's just, letting me slide. No, the mercy of the Lord, which is going to be in a certain order, is an order in which the Lord chose to bring us back into his presence, man. And that's to give us wisdom. That's the only way the Lord can look on you. You have to have wisdom, man. Yeah, come on.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and 21. For the Most High have given straight commandment to such as Cain.
Straight path. Have given straight commandments. Go ahead.
To such as Cain, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment.
Right, and what you do to live and what you to observe. Give me Matthew real quick. What's that? Matthew 28.
It helps a lot.
Yep, 28 and around 20 verse. But the scripture says the Lord gave straight commandments, a certain doctrine. And we got to say this, because that's Israel's problem. They provoke the Most High. You can see it. As soon as they hear laws and commandments, they step in, keep the commandments. Then you keep the commandments, man, in the flesh here, man. How many times we have to tell you, the commandments and laws is this book in its entirety, man. It's a commandment not to take that thing, man. And I'm going to say it again. Let's say if you was able to accomplish the feat of keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but you took that thing, the Lord don't kill you. And that's Revelation 14 chapter. Go ahead, huh?
This is Matthew chapter 28.
So you've been snared by the wisdom of Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead, huh?
I'm going to start at verse 18.
Uh-huh.
It says, and Yahweh and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth.
Yep.
Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost.
Go ahead.
Teaching them to observe
observe. See, and that's what the brother just read. He gave them the straight way on how to live and what to observe. The Lord Yahweh Shai breaking it down right here, man. To teach all nations what? Teach the Israelites who have been driven and scattered to all the places on the planet Earth. Teach them who they are. Teach them who their enemies are. You know, contribute to the vibration of truth coming back on the planet Earth. This is a heavy office, man. It's not just some guys, you know, you got a tent, you got the bounce, what they call it with the kids. Yeah, moonwalk, man. You see Little Caesar, piece of boxes all over the place. And you got somebody up there breaking the scriptures down too, man. So this serious business. Scriptures say they have not went out into the gaps, man. We out here on the front lines, we have rolled up our sleeves, and not to glorify ourselves, no, to exalt Yahweh Shai, man, which comes in the form of truth being put in your face. Go ahead, huh?
teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you.
See, and they're going to command it. Go ahead.
And lo, I am with you always.
Yep, go ahead.
Even to the end of the world.
Which is this lifetime. Yahweh Shai is with us even to the end. How is that accomplished? Through this word, the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures being in our midst, okay? So he's trying to get the damn. Oh, that's yeah, he got a cooler full of cat ears. So you got the satanic stars and shit. Probably a high level witch, and they sent them out here to do some shit. And you gonna die. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7 and verse 28. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Yeah, but the Lord loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, man. Meaning we are carriers of this understanding. Wisdom abides in us, which that goes into Yahweh Shai. All right, what I mean by that, Yahweh Shai is within us. If you have this wisdom within you, that means you have Yahweh Shai within you.
John.
He that abideth in me, I abide in you. How you abide in him in the scriptures, and he abides in you. Come on,
1 John 4 verse 4. Ye are of the Most High little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you.
See, greater is he that is in us, which is this understanding, go ahead,
than he that is in the
than
world.
he is in the world. We ain't got nothing else but this verse. This is the only thing that makes sense moving forward. Versus you people in your exit plan. Imagine what, you know, some little nigga JT got, his plan, man. Imagine what his, oh, we already saw that in the video clip last night.
Yeah.
The guy said, no, I can't take that L, man. You start thinking about this little girl. So you're going to be met with that resistance. See, serving Yahweh Shai, man, you just put yourself in the car with the hottest, Yahweh Shai, the most controversial man in history, man. Hey, that's why Yahweh Shai made this statement. He said, you willing to drink the cup? Hey, that's why, who that was? Philip, was it Thomas? Thomas said, yeah, let's go with it. Let's go and down with Yahweh Shai. Yeah, man, Yahweh Shai ain't nothing to play with, man. For you to come to follow Yahweh Shai in pursuit to this kingdom of heaven, man, which, by the way, is going to be an eternal kingdom, man. Can you wrap your mind around that? Nothing is eternal. Everything you ever knew on this side was eternal, man. Your favorite basketball player, his knee went out at some point. He wouldn't have critical. He go to the pinnacle at some point, man. Everything goes on a downward spiral here. Yahweh Shai is the only constant. In this kingdom of heaven that's coming, man. Very heavy lot get you trying to jockey for position to get in. So it's going to come with a lot of restrictions. you might have to just consider your little girl not eating, you know, and wait to see what happens. Hey, you're gonna be safe with that. That's what dude said. He said, look, man, I can't take that L, man. They're gonna court martial me. He's trying to convince the people why he finna sell out. Good.
This is John chapter 15 and verse 20. Remember the word that I said unto you,
Yep.
the servant is not greater than his Lord.
Yep, go ahead.
If they have persecuted me,
Right, if they have persecuted Yahweh, go ahead.
they will also persecute you.
Yeah, because you're following in that path, man. Right, go ahead.
If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Yeah, and that's the Lord really giving you a pep talk, especially those of you out here on the highways and byways. To marvel not if they keep not your sayings, man. We ain't expecting everybody to stop up here and inquire, man. That ain't what this is about. We just speaking a decree into the heavens. And by us speaking it, it's going to make things happen. And that's in Isaiah the 55th chapter. Okay? All right, so what,
Oh yeah,
that's Psalm 25. You read that.
good. This is Psalm chapter 25 and verse 6. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness.
Where you at?
Verse 6.
Okay, come.
It says, for they have been ever of old. Remember not the sins of my youth.
Yep. And that goes in the reincarnation, okay? Read that without understanding. You're talking about 12 years old. Good, right?
Nor my transgressions.
Right, or my transgression, which goes into your past life, man. Go ahead.
According to thy mercy,
Yeah.
remember thou me for thy goodness sake.
And that deals with the elect. Whenever you hear the Lord remembering Israel, it's only the elect. You don't prove that? Give me Hosea the 4th chapter. Whenever the Lord remember any of the Israelites, that's dealing with the elect. The Lord have forgotten about the 2/3. He have numbered them to the sword. Go ahead.
Hosea 4 and 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
There you go again. Now you have a nigga, man, riding around a lot at a shopping center with all the windows down, blasting some rap music at 7 in the morning with a cigarette. You gotta kill something like that. Go ahead, huh? You can't allow, how can the kingdom be further in advance with something like that, man? He's not gonna sit down and come under the orders of Yahweh. Go ahead, huh?
He said because
He up here now, imagine that. You try to tell him, hey, he's breaking a plank down. Go ahead, huh?
He said, because thou hast rejected knowledge,
Uh-huh.
I will also reject thee,
See, come on.
that thou should be no priest to me,
Yeah, you can't come into this gathering. Go ahead.
seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power.
Yep.
I will
That
also.
proves that those spirits is ancient. People that you see out there, they was here before. They was under the cloud. That's what's that? 1 Corinthians 10. Those who came under the cloud, right? They're the same stiff-necked Israelites that was out there in the wilderness. They back. And they came back in this lifetime and completely forgot about this Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This powerful being, man, who controls the heavens and the earth. And your destiny, man. Your next tooth for tooth. Coming from the Lord, man. Go ahead.
It says, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power,
Go ahead.
I will also forget thy
See,
children.
I will also forget thy children. The children is those who are here today. The children come after you. So here in this lifetime, you are a representation of the offenders of old, in the Old Testament. You know? You back here today and the Lord forgot about you. But he only remembered the elect. You know how we know that? Because when you go into that word, respect, what are that in the, what are that in the Apocrypha where it says he have respect unto his chosen? Can you give me that real quick? Yeah, it's wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, if anybody got it, they can 3 and 9. That's it. Yep. The water.
Yeah, they went with Solomon 3 and 9.
Uh-huh.
They that put their trust in him.
Right. And that's dealing with the doctrine. When you heard the word, you trusted in it. You trusted in the doctrine, man. That's how you put your trust in the Lord. You think this is just an afterthought? All these teachings and videos going for you just to just go about your business and say you trust, you know, in your own little warped mind. No, you have to trust the report. Go ahead.
He said, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth.
Yep, so what?
Understand the truth.
Proven right there. That's how we're trusting in the doctrine. By that, you're going to understand the truth. Go ahead.
And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him.
Yep, go ahead.
For grace and mercy.
And that love bigger than that fleshly emotion, man. You know, that can't get you in my door. You just telling me you love me. That love goes into teaching heart. That's the ultimate act of love. Those who are faithful in doing the work of Yahweh Shema Shah. Go ahead.
It says, shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints.
Grace and mercy is to his saints. Now we know the saints is the people on his side, but you have the saints of the saints. Okay? You have the saints of the Most High. And that's the elect of the nation of Israel. Go ahead.
And he have care for his elect.
And he have care for his elect. You know? All right, go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 19 and verse 41. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it.
Right, that's in it. When Yahweh Shai came into Jerusalem, he wept over the city. Now, spiritual overtone that he wept over the people, man. He wept over his people because he understood their faith. He knew that, you know, the prophecies concerning Israel's visitation was already activated, man. It was only a matter of time before the Lord released those death angels, which later came in the form of 70 AD, Masada, and he was chased over here to the clutches of your enemies, man. All right, go ahead.
Saying, if thou hast known, even thou, at least in this thy day,
And the key word is known. So if you had known, if you understood, go ahead.
the things which belong unto thy peace.
Yep, go ahead.
But now are they hid from thine eyes.
But now are they hid from thy eyes, and that echoes to this very day, and even more so now. Because now is the time when supper is ready. The parable about the great supper, you know, that a certain man prepared. This the time of that supper. All things are now ready. See? So now it's hidden from them. In the most critical time ever. This is the time you needed this instruction. This is the time you needed that idea of Yahweh Shai, a savior. You know, someone who's gonna dictate your decision making, man. Keep you cool and under pressure when all hell breaks loose. Thus fulfilling Isaiah 33:6. That was it on that? All right, come on.
God, this is Wisdom Solomon 4:15. This the people saw and understood it not. Neither laid they up this in their minds.
Right, and that's talking about it this very moment. The people saw it and it didn't register with them. Neither did they lay it up in their mind. They didn't consider it. Right? Go ahead.
That his grace and mercy is with the saints.
His grace and mercy, which is his truth, it starts with the truth, which is the bridge to salvation. This is how you come in the good graces of the Heavenly Father, right? His grace and his mercy is what?
With his saints.
With his saints, go ahead.
And that he have respect unto his chosen.
And that he have respect unto his chosen. Now, when you go into that word respect, it means what? To look back, man, which takes you into remember. So that proves right there that the Lord is going to respect, all right, or look back on his elect. You're going to remember his people, man, okay, and all hell break loose, man.
Deuteronomy 32:28. They are a nation void of counsel. Neither is there any understanding in them.
Read it again.
Deuteronomy 32:28. They are a nation void of counsel. Neither is there any understanding in them.
So, yeah, so 2,000 people are reprobates, man. They are void of judgment, man. That's why, you know, nigga pay up $1.50 to put bacon on his sandwich. I mean, you know, because he's for the judgment.
You gonna help go extra. Both I got bacon on. You got jelly. You paying that shit, man. You really got bacon.
That they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter
Why
end.
they wasn't wise? Because they was born of counsel. That's a quality of wisdom. Having what? Discernment. That's what it's saying. The judge right. That's what it says.
Oh, and they said they would consider their latter. See, they ain't considering these things. That's why I tell you, 2 Ezra 16, they should, those scourges was sent for an amendment. It was set up. That word amendment is to pretty much get right. You know, so you see these things taking place, you to consider before it happened to America. And they don't see that. They just worry about what's taking place in their neighborhood or what's going on in their city at the most. You know, not knowing these things about to hit its peak here in America. You know.
That was it? All right. Come on, you have something? That was it? He said he would have respect unto his chosen. Again, that word respect goes into look back. Meaning the Lord's going to remember us, man. Okay? And that goes back into Zion. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got it. Yeah, come on.
2 Peter 3 and verse 1, it says, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you. All right? That's that separation again. All right? This second epistle, this second letter, beloved, I now write unto you, and both who I...
Oh, real quick, let's just jump out right there, paying attention. Beloved, once again, proving that this wasn't for the masses of the people, man. The Lord didn't extend a peace offering to just some Jake, because you know you're an Israelite, man. Yeah, you have brothers to do that, man. Do a video, Isaac Bruce wakes up. I would say something, man. Hey, who cares if you wake up? You know? You just waking up to the fact that the Lord gonna kill you. Because the Lord really has a controversy with the two-thirds. It's like you reminded the Lord he got a hit on you. So yeah, I'm an Israelite, you know. We pray that we're part of the elect of the nation of Israel, the believers of Yahweh Shah, man. When you read the story in this entire, that left off a bad taste, so to speak, in the mouth of the Lord, that break up with Israel, man. The Lord swore to only bring back the elect. What's that? Isaiah 1, I believe. Only a remnant. Though Israel be at the sand of the sin, only a remnant shall return. All right, come on.
Another one for you real quick. Daniel 12 and verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life.
Yeah, they shall awake. You're going to awake to what?
Some to everlasting life,
Go ahead.
and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
That starts in this lifetime. When you woke up to everlasting life. That starts with a teaching for you. Just don't skip this phase of going through the kingdom. No, it's a process. The seed is the word. So you're going to have some that's going to wake up to everlasting shame. It starts on this side. It's going to actually spill over in the kingdom too, man, to a certain extent. Because a lot of these two-thirds are going to have their head down in the kingdom. But it starts on this side. So you woke up, but you woke up to everlasting shame. You ever sit on that? All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Kai, this is on the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 15. It reads, can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. And yeah, Yahweh Shalom Shah is not going to forget him. He's not going to forget the elect, man. You know, Lord wouldn't be part of that number. But at the end of the day, you know, as he compared it to a woman, because a woman in the scriptures is compared to an ostrich. And there's been plenty of cases where, you know, an dove might leave a child in the club, you know. But Yahweh Shemel Shai always step in at the right time, man. It's not when you want it, but it's going to be, you know, at the proper time. Matter of fact, somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 19 in last verse. Because Yahweh Shemel Shai is him, man. You know, it tells you that he's not gonna uphold his elect, man. You know? You got that.
You know, Wisdom of Solomon 19 and 22. For in all things, O Lord, thou didst magnify thy people and glorify them.
Yep.
Neither didst thou lightly reward them.
And how did he glorify the people? Through deliverance. You know how we did in Egypt, you know? And a plethora of other ways the Lord delivered us out of these situations, you know? But how much more in this lifetime, man? You know, you got it.
It says, neither didst thou lightly reward them. It says, for in all things, O Lord, thou didst magnify thy people and glorify them. Neither didst thou lightly reward them.
See, you mean what? He didn't forget them, man. He didn't just, I just push it back. You know? It might seem like that to you on a corner level, but Yahweh Shemel Shai know your threshold of pain. You know? Because even in that is Spirit, Lord, you can only take so much pain till you pass out, man. You know, so the Lord know that. He said he ain't like regard them, you got it.
But didst assist them in every time and place.
See, so in every time, place, so, and that's in every generation that came, you know, he assisted them in every time and place. So the Lord ain't gonna forget us, man. I'm gonna want any time so-called white man hit rain and terror. You know, it tells you there won't be no flesh say to the Lord don't shorten the time. You know? So, but you seeing the Lord ain't forgetting because you seeing things happen. You seeing events taking place on the planet Earth. The times are now being stirred up, man. You know? God, this is Isaiah 49 and 15. Can a woman forget her suckling child?
Right. So the Lord didn't forget the elect. Okay? Which goes back to, you heard this word, reset button was pressed, so to speak. You was born again in the spirit, you developed a new outlook, and you began to hold fast to the Lord. Cleave unto the Lord. That's the same as the second child. Go ahead.
It said that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb. Yeah, they may forget.
Yeah, but a woman, she might even forget, like the brother said, and it's a dynamic there, you know, to a certain extent. Now, Scripture do speak about, I think it's quoted, that that's true, man, with concerning Israel, man. And you know, it was just a story today. Speaking on a woman, she left her baby she got arrested, left her baby while she was in her damn nails, man. Left her baby in the goddamn car. So that shows you that they'll forget, but what the Lord said here,
It said, yet will I not forget thee.
the Lord promised he would not forget us. How did the Lord remember us? Yep. Read that again. How about you give me?
God, it says, can a woman forget her suckling child? That she should not have compassion on the son of her womb?
Go ahead.
Yeah, they may forget, yet will I not forget
So
thee.
the Lord is not going to forget his elect. And there is elect spirits on the planet Earth who the Lord has not likely, esteemed. And those would be the ones who would be fortunate to escape the wrath. I was just looking at that shit, man. America's just a weird place. Whoever, only here you can have that combination.
That was crazy.
Yeah. For the person to train all out good. And two Prince Edomite chicks. You can imagine what they finna do, man.
Second Peter 3 and verse 1, the second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by the way of remembrance.
By the way of remembrance. So the Lord remembered the word unto us. Oh, Psalm 119, remember the word unto thy servant. Right? So this is how the Lord remembered us, by giving us his word. Right? In this critical time, man. Matter of fact, and the only one that's going to get the message is the elect. Now, We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to get it. But Joel, the 2nd chapter. Sound alarm in my holy mountain. Sound alarm in Zion. That goes back to those who don't remember. Okay, so now let's go to 2nd Ezra 16th chapter. Let's get into it, man. That's why we're here, man. To condemn you people, man. Because, hey, the stage is set, man. You know, you can dismiss this message. You can turn the blind eye. You can turn the radio down. The music's still playing. And the threat is out there. The Lord, the God of the Bible, has threatened. He has threatened the inhabitants of America, Babylon the Great, with a series of plagues. And the Bible speaks about the plague of famine soon coming, man. Resting and falling on, man. Yeah, go ahead,
This is Romans chapter 3 and verse 3. For what if some did not believe?
Yeah, so who cares if you don't believe? Read that again.
For what if some did not believe?
Yeah, for what if some did not believe? And you get a ticket or a court summons, they tell you to go to court. You say, I don't believe. And you get pulled out, you got a warrant. You ain't got to believe, man.
Yep. Just believe, ain't got to believe.
Yeah, and these people, man, we don't want you to believe. To be honest with you, when we see like you just saw them checks, like even the little kids, you don't want them to get it. You want them to be destroyed. Go ahead,
Because it says, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Right. Just because you don't believe, that don't mean the Lord ain't ready to strike, man. Okay, the Lord is poised to spring into action. The Lord already released death angels, man. They're down right now.
Yep.
Matter of fact, well, go to 2nd Ezra 16, start at the top, around the 3rd verse, on down. You still have more on that? Okay, go ahead.
2nd Ezra 16 and 3. A sword is sent upon you.
Right, that's the message of the Bible, man. The Lord is threatening you people. He's not compromising. He's not recommendations being made. The Lord is not recommending you put down the blunt and the 40 just for a week, man. See how I feel, man. See how you feel. No, the Lord gonna kill you, man. That's how we took, man. Tell, man. Just for a week, man. Just hold back on everything and let's see how this is. No, I think is you're gonna die, man. Go ahead,
He said a sword is sent upon you. And who may turn it back?
Right, that's the message. So who's gonna squash this beef? We can't squash this beef. We just giving you the message, man. Go ahead. Oh yeah, we waving the white flag. We heard the report. We heard the terrible sound. That eerie sound that the Lord of hosts is on the way, man. Go ahead,
A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it?
Right.
Plagues are sent unto you.
Plagues are sent to you. Now, I said, when I went into the word plague, it goes into wound, bruise. That's why I believe it's on down in this chapter. The Lord said, oh, plagues are sent as a scourge. So these plagues is equivalent to the Lord whipping you, or giving you a blow.
It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away?
Yeah. And who are you? Like, you're going to just make it all go away? No. The Lord have already released them, man. See? Go ahead.
May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood?
Yeah, you can't imagine that. A hungry lion in the wood. And you just, you come and just drive him away. That's the Lord giving you a vivid illustration of your unbelief and how it doesn't hold up. Your unbelief doesn't hold up to the prophecies, man. It's equivalent to you driving away a lion. Well, a hungry lion.
Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble?
Right, because once you have dry grass, dry wood, and you light a fire, there's nothing you can do to reverse that. You have to actually quench it with water, but you can't somehow drive it back because the process is already started.
It said when they have begun to burn?
Yeah, once it has already. Go ahead.
It says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer?
Yep.
that it's like it says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot.
And again, the scripture is giving you, illustration. Somebody shoot an arrow. Well, let's just bring it up to speed, modern time, a gun. Once the bullet leave out the chamber, you can't bring it back. It's out. The cat is out the bag. The horse is out the gates. So the word have went forth. There's nothing you can do now. Go ahead.
It says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues. And who is he that can drive them away?
Right, so the Lord is taking responsibility for the plagues. Hey, and the plagues are here, man. What else you waiting on? The stage is set. We in that scene. And this horror, this is a horror, man. You gonna see, man. Once this replica of reality is moved out of the way, once you're not able to, enjoy the luxury of something that sutters power, having your power on, the faint sound of your central air, or being able to go to the stove and cook, prepare food, running water. Once that's taken away, niggas riding around, systems bumping, you hear all that madness. You start hearing them screech owl. Then you're gonna know your how about Shemel Shah has the war. Now that's like in a long, like when the movies like barely looking at their monitors. The guy's already in the compound. That's how it's gonna be when your how about Shemel Shah finally released and sanctioned the death angels, man. You're gonna be looking through those spiritual monitors and see 100 gunmen coming into your compound. Go ahead,
God. It reads, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it?
Yep.
He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear?
Yep. Right.
He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid?
Right, you people should be afraid. Because the Lord is really thundering now. He's speaking through the prophets, man. He's pretty much threatening the people again. The Lord waged war on the Babylonians, man. And you see the Lord justify this. This is righteous. And, the Lord is justified, man. This righteous anger that he has for each other. And whoever cleave to him, you just chose sides. The Lord gonna kill you too. Go ahead.
The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence.
Right, so the Lord has threatened, and you're going to be utterly beaten to powder at his presence, man. Okay? Go ahead,
The earthquakers.
Oh, the earthquaker. Now, we just had today, you had the earthquake in Haiti. Matter of fact, anybody got some info on that? Yeah, come on. Yeah, bring up.
Yeah, the breaking news said 227 people died.
Dang. Already.
Right
As of right now. They're expecting a high fatality. Hey, man, the Lord struck, man. Now, I was watching something too on Davos 777. He was saying something about down in the island further south. They recorded an 8.4.
God damn, 8.4.
Then they
That's
got
pretty goddamn bad.
they anticipate tropical storms coming up this way too. Oh, some of them got biblical names? Okay, I didn't know that. Some of them got biblical names. Because it's going to be a biblical proportion. These earthquakes in diverse places, these storms. Now for you analytical minds out there, you know that Esau do have technology, which Esau put out information saying, no, we no longer have a facility with the heart. But you can't trust that devil, but they know how to manipulate the weather and things like that too. It's all certain. But it still goes back to Yahweh Shemel Shah, all right?
It's Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. He that touch a bench shall be defiled therewith, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
Right, that proud man being who? The so-called white man. So when you make a covenant, you bind, if you make a binding contract by trusting in Esau, you're going to be like unto him, meaning now you're going to suffer his fate. The judgment that the Lord prepared for the so-called white man is going to now rest at your foot. All right, you got more?
No, that was it.
All right.
God.
Go ahead.
It's Ezekiel 14:21. Thus said the Lord power, how much more when I send my full sword judgment upon Jerusalem? sword and the famine,
Yep.
and the wars and peace, and the pestilence cut off from it, man, and peace.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to show forth those things. And guess who's going to feel the brunt of that, man? You Israelites. Hey, too, man, I'm going to say something, too, man. It's damn 2/3 what I'm vexed with, man. Look, I remember my shot said a years back, you're going to jump over a lot of Edomites to get to the damn Israelites, man, in that day. Now, I say that to say this. I'm at the supermarket, man. Everybody had on the mask with Jakes, man. Every fucking Jake in that motherfucker had on a mask, man. Strapped tight, man. Pay attention. When y'all go out, man, anywhere, you're going to see that it's Jakes that's compliant, man. Here it is. They under the subjection of Esau. So much so that they willing to risk not breathing. Yeah. And I done saw a lot of motherfuckers behind the tent. You know how you mother have the tent. And you real talk. The motherfucker got the mask on behind the tent. You more loyal to Esau. Esau don't even see your ass when you got the mask on. But how about smile shot see every move you make and you eat a pork chop sandwich. That's why the Lord said he's going to send calamities, man. Hold it, get that in Jeremiah 15 chapter. We'll begin from the top.
It's Ezekiel 14 and 21. Thus said the Lord of power, how much more when I send my four-sword judgment upon Jerusalem? Sword and the famine and the northern beast.
Yeah, famine gonna be a cruel form of judgment, man. Yep. You know, for you, Jake, you know, you could just nothing else, busting on my bag of the refund. Lord gonna take all that away from you. Go ahead, Doc.
And the pestilence. Cut off from it, man and beast.
Right, we cut off from it, man and beast. Lord gonna kill you and your people. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 14 and 22. Yet behold, therein shall be left a remnant. There shall be brought forth both sons and daughters.
Right, so the Lord gonna preserve only a remnant. Go ahead.
Behold, they shall come forth unto you. You shall see their way and their doing. And you shall be comforted concerning the evil.
Yep, the evil, the bad times, the ill times. The Lord is going to comfort certain spirits in that day. Right? Well,
comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem. Even concerning all that, even concern of all that I have brought upon it.
Yeah, and again, the Lord is taking responsibility. The Lord is the one that's going to bring that famine. Okay? It's going to get real out here, man. If the power go out, go ahead. That's it? All right, let's go back on.
Jeremiah 15 and 1. Then said the Lord unto me, Moses and Samuel stood before me. Yet my mind could not be toward his people.
Right, so the Lord is not dealing with Israel, man. I don't know what you heard. You get excited because some nappy head, you know what I mean, niggas found out. Or he, you know, you see him coming around, you trying to teach him. His brother, his sister. No, man, we only teach it to the elect of the nation of Israel, man. God, the Lord got a hit on you, Jake. So God, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, God in the Bible is going to destroy you. God, straight up. Go ahead,
It says, cast them out of my sight.
The Lord said, cast you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out of this sight. Now, spiritual overtone to that is dealing with this truth, man. You're not going to be given eyes to see. But also, geographically, you was kicked out of Jerusalem. Now you scattered out amongst the heathen, and your very countenance testifies against you. You got that same look of folly on your face as Esau. You're totally under the vibration of the so-called white. You know what's going to happen? The Lord's going to kill you for that. Yep. Go ahead,
It says, and let them go forth.
Yeah, just go about your business, man. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass. If they say
that's us. Oh, that's the spirit. And we at the camp. You should be in the spirit of telling them to go. Just go forth. Just go forth, man. You can start telling them over here. Just go forth. Just go forth. Yeah. Now the Lord says to go ahead.
And it shall come to pass. If they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth?
Right, and it's gonna be a time where you're gonna have these same Israelites, they're going to be looking for answers. They're going to ask you, they're going to inquire of the prophets in that day. You know what we're going to say? Go ahead.
Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord.
Thus says the Lord. Give me this precept. Go ahead. We're not going to come according to our own heart. The answer is going to be according to what the scriptures say. Go ahead.
Such as for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine.
That you don't want to hear them. You in despair. You tell them, go that way and you're going to die. You go that way,
you go die.
And the wild dogs going to attack you. Go that way. It's bleak, man. Okay, your outlook is bleak. All you Israelites out there, man, you got no hope. Let's prove that. Give me Ecclesiastes 4:1. Hope is only reserved for the elect. Come on.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word.
Right, you despise this word because in your spirit you know it's restrictions here. See, now Jake get the hell on. Like you've been out here for a minute. Jake is getting the hell on, man, when they go by the camp. That spirit of the Lord really telling them to go forth. Go ahead.
And trust in oppression.
Oh, you trust in oppression, meaning what? You trust in Esau. You trust in the so-called white man. You trust in these stimulus checks. And it gave you people like a jolt of life, you know? Go ahead.
And perverseness, and stay thereon.
You trust in perverseness. When you go into that word perverse, it goes into twisted and crookedness, man. You trust in that. That's why you see Jake on IG, which I'm not saying I'm on that, you know what I mean? I ain't knocking if you're on it or nothing, but they show, you see the footage. Well, motherfuckers they got all these paper, these FRNs in a stack. They got them like a telephone. That's really trusting in perverseness. That's not righteousness. That's not the way you trade. That's not real riches. So that's a small, perspective of trusting in perverseness. You trust in your job. Go ahead.
It says,
I'm ready.
That's it. It's on right now with the fire. You ready to go. Come on.
therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Right. So the Lord is going to visit you, and He gave you an illustration of that visitation. It's going to be as a breach ready to fall. Like you can see, like your roof caving in. So your estimation is, look, this thing ready to fall, man. Go ahead.
Swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant.
Yeah, you're walking along. You got a bit of spirit.
It says, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instant.
And that's how it is when you have something caving in. It comes at an instant, and you saw it coming, but you still was surprised. You still hollered out, "No!" That's how it's gonna be for Israel. You can see the writing on the wall, pretty much. You can see this man. Look, this man is openly showing you he's the devil.
Con.
And really, it's been that way. These movies, 12 Years a Slave, what's the other one? Roots?
I'm gonna start some shit.
Yeah. All that.
Slave movie, they got that person black.
Right there, they show you right there.
Yeah.
See that?
Roots, goddamn. Remember Roots? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a form of you seeing that breach ready to fall. You see that this devil has the potential to pull you over and found you like you marching again. You see it, but it's going to just come down like a breach. Then you're going to be taken by it. That's also in Ecclesiastes, the 5th chapter. Somebody own that on there? We're going to go back to that 2nd Ezra 16. I know, was it? All right.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 1. So I returned, and I considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Right, and you see the key word, the oppression. Why the word oppression there? And you can look back in your mental Rolodex and you can align and associate your people. Fuck down to me, man. Right? You can associate your people with being oppressed. You got to say gold, man. Yeah.
They have eyes that they can't see.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, you watching them video, that man's gonna kill you, man.
Yeah.
Just be honest, outright. See, I think you watching the video. Don't disrespect, that man's gonna kill you. If that was you with the gold mask, take that mask off. We talking about that now, man. We just tuning in. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 4:1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun.
Right, while you're on the planet Earth, go ahead.
And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed.
Right, and who was oppressed? The people on this sun. Can't get around that. Can't sidestep that reality. Okay? Go ahead.
And they had no comforter.
And they had no comforter, see? So the Lord is not here to comfort the 2/3. Just go forth. They're not going to have no comforter, period. When all hell breaks loose, the Lord has already taken away your staff and stability. Go ahead.
And on the side of their oppressors, there was power.
Right, and your oppressor, the ones who took you into captivity, they have power over you. Right now, the so-called white man's trying to rule. That's what it is, what it is. And that's another thing. You got to lay those emotions aside. You come in here all emotional, you jacked up. Because, you know what I mean? When you get all messed up, and you know, look, Esau in power right now, man. Yo, you got to embrace the idea that you're at the bottom right now, man. Now you qualify to be raised up. That's the first time and the second time. Go ahead,
It says, but they had no comfort.
yeah, but none of you people out here have the comfort that we have, man. Okay? That hedge of protection that's sworn comes by your house outside. Oh, matter of fact, you got the St. John 14. You got that, that's good. Go ahead.
It's St. John 14:26.
Yep, and somebody can look up. You got it.
It's St. John 14:26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit,
Yep.
whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things.
Right. So the Lord sent the spirit of understanding on the planet Earth, which we have, we possess. That's why you're here, man. You're here because you heard this report and you believe on it. Go ahead.
It says, and bring all things to your remembrance.
Yep, and the Lord has sent the spirit to bring all things to our remembrance. We remember now. Stand together. That's satanic shit. Come on, read again.
St. John 14:26. But the Comforter, which is the Holy Spirit,
Yep.
whom the Father will send in my name.
Right. So the spirit of understanding was sent forth from the heavens, man. Right? It was something that sparked your reasoning once you heard this word. You gotta remember, man, you ain't just up here because somebody personally like you, you know. No, you all up here because of your house shot. You was all gathered by understanding, man. It's like knowing about a raffle, a certain what you call like a lottery or whatnot. Everybody who involved in it, they there because they was given understanding on what's going on. An invitation, you was invited. Well,
It says, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance,
well,
whatsoever I have said unto you. It says, peace,
yep.
peace I leave with you.
Right, so the Lord says he's going to leave peace with us. All right, and that peace is a peace of mind. Go ahead.
My peace I give unto you, not as the world gives.
See, not as the world gives it. See, if you're in the flesh, your outlook on peace is going to be what? Luxury. Comfort in relation to a house or, a car, food. Well, guess what? All those things can potentially be taken away in the days to come, right? So what other form of comfort could there be? It's the comfort of the mind. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon 3, I believe it is. See. You got that?
No.
Read that one more time, huh? 27.
It says, peace I leave with you.
Yep.
My peace I give unto you.
Yep.
Not as the world giveth.
Not as the world giveth. See, so this piece is in the form of information, instruction. You know, wisdom that gives you a certain subtlety, so to speak, that's going to keep you when all hell breaks. See, go ahead.
It says, not as the world giveth,
Right.
give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled.
See, proving right there that that piece is in your mind. Let not your heart be troubled. Go ahead.
Neither let it be afraid.
Yep, neither let it be afraid. Because we're about to go into a very heavy moment, man. All right, so you got that?
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter verse 9. Therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me.
Right, and that's dealing with this information. Your purpose should be to take her, to hide her with thee, possess her. Go ahead.
Knowing that she would be a counselor of good things.
A counselor of good things. You know, because again, everything boils down to decision making. So you're going to be counseled with the highest level of wisdom and understanding conceivable. Imagine being able to get that counsel. When you're given counsel concerning your very livelihood, your life. It can mean your life, man, the decision making that you see out here in Babylon the Great. But guess what? The Lord gave us this truth, which comes in the form of a staff and a rod, if you will, that sets up the stabilizer. Go ahead,
It says, therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief.
Yep.
Come. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 9. Therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me.
Yeah, so we took this truth to live with us. We have made this truth our refuge. Okay? This is all we got. Go ahead.
Knowing that she would be a counselor of good things.
Yep.
And a comfort in cares and grief.
And a comfort in when?
Cares and grief.
Proving that this is what this truth is really for. That's the comfort that the Lord's going to give us. In the time of cares and grief, we will be comforted. And if for nothing else, understanding that it was foretold to happen, man. We knew that this was a part of the book. We know how life and existence is to play out. But that's heaven, man. The doctrine of life. This doctrine actually is, you got the spirit in the heavens, the doctrine of life. Like puppet strings coming down here on the planet Earth and dictating, the coming and goings of men, destiny of men. And it don't stop there. It even spills over to empires and rulerships, man. Which we're in the midst of the collapse, the epic fall of the so-called white man, which this run was somewhat of a dynasty, man. When you understand how the power that the Lord gave this devil, man, to wreak havoc on the planet Earth. But we at the end of that time. God, and it's going to be with a bang. Matter of fact, give me that second real quick one. What's that? Acts 14. Well, that's
I got something real quick. The Psalms 34 and 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered him out of them all.
Yep, read that again.
Psalms 34 and 19. Many are the afflictions. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivered them out of them all.
Right. So there's going to be a lot of afflictions. This road is all about affliction. See? But the Lord said deliver us out of them all, man. It goes back to the past time in history. The 3 children in the furnace, Daniel in the lion's den. The Lord stood for his people in that time, man. That power is alive and well. He's not dormant, you know, just somewhere suspended in time. No, the Lord is active. Okay?
I just want to say something. You're like the man that said that, believe it or not. We was together at the goddamn beginning.
Yeah. That's it,
But we
bro.
don't have no knowledge of it.
Yeah.
Well, with y'all.
Well, according to the scriptures, yeah, that's it.
And y'all don't talk me
Well,
that,
matter
man.
of fact, you can get that.
Shit, nobody goddamn price.
This
This goddamn known me.
is generation to generation.
I brought it out.
Yeah, this gathering was from the beginning, you know. You got to remember the Lord is bringing back the scatter. Matter of fact, give me that. What you got? Yeah, hold that again. Ecclesiastes 3.
Well, we out there, we forgive each other.
Real quick, let's get this real quick. Come on. Let me get this real quick.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3, and I'm going to start at verse Ecclesiastes 3 and 5. It says, a time to cast away stones.
Right, so that was the time when the Lord cast us away. A time to cast away stones, where?
And a time to gather stones
And
together.
a time to gather stones together, man. So the gathering is the same ones that was cast away. So those who are destined to see the salvation of our Lord Yahweh Shai, you would definitely get it. Watch this, man. Just come out here, man. So, you know, it is 5-5-0-4. Watch it, man. Come out here. Drive for it.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 5 again. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together.
Yep.
A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing.
Right. So that was the time when we was cast away. Now this is the time when we being gathered. We being gathered in the word. Okay, that's it. More.
It's Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Right. And that's dealing with the Holy Scripture, obviously. Go ahead.
None of these shall fail.
Meaning what? The prophecy. And this is what we pride ourselves on. All right? The prophecy. This is what we push forth. We come in under that banner. You come up here and ask us, you know, to a man, all you brothers, even on the other side, you brothers got that too. Right? Somebody come up and ask what this is about. Instinctively, it's going to shift towards the prophecy. Your attention going to be shifted towards the scripture going to make the call to the signs. Yeah. That's what this doctrine is about. It's about the prophecy. Right? Yep, go ahead.
It says, no one of these shall fail.
None of the prophecies shall fail. We told you through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shai, a great famine is on the horizon. You know, that's going to happen. That's not going to fail. Neither did the prophecy fail of you coming over here as cargo, being reduced to slaves. Did that fail? No. The Lord promised it. Matter of fact, give me real quick, First Ezra 1 and 24, man. The counsel of the Lord can't be, it can't talk down Yahweh Shema Shai. The throne is in the heavens, in the whole other realm. You have no part in that. You have just a mere mortal. Go ahead,
God, this is first Ezra.
Yes, sir. Hey, first of all, that was up. If you want to come for, don't say too much. Just put up go ahead, and take that mask off.
First Ezra 1 and 24.
Like you being disobedient, you change the mask on Go ahead.
It says, as for the things that came to pass in his time.
Right, the things that came to pass in his time, such as slavery, such as being chased down, hung, lynched by your enemies, castrated, right? 70 AD. Those things came to pass in his lifetime. Go ahead.
They were written in former times.
They were written in former times. And most notable, Deuteronomy 28 chapter, where it goes into the curses. You know? Curses came from the heavens. Right? Go ahead,
concerning those that sinned and did wickedly against the Lord.
Mm-hmm. And that's Israel. Those who sinned and did wickedly against the Lord is the Israelites. Why? Because he was bound by a contract. Laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Go ahead,
It says above all people and
See?
kingdoms.
Go ahead.
And how they grieved him exceedingly.
Right, and they grieved the Lord. Go ahead.
So that the words of the Lord rose up against Israel.
So that the words of the Lord rose up against Israel. See that? So that's why the prophecy is so heavy. That's the words of the Lord rising up against you, which will ultimately be fulfilled. All right, good morning. What's going on here? All right.
Isaiah 34 and 15, it's like in 16, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, no one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate.
Can't ride with any other text with this book. Go ahead.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
See, and his spirit they have gathered them. And that starts with, all the books. This book was gathered by the spirit. All the prophets, the writings, but then it spills over to even the believers being gathered through that one spirit. All right, so that was on that? All right.
It says, and he cast a lot for them, and his hand have divided it unto them by line.
Right, and when you even go to the prophets, right, each prophet has his portions. Obadiah, it seems like it's a small line or a small portion, but it yet is a portion, and that goes into Matthew the 25th chapter. Psalm received 5 chapters. See? It shows you that that's the work of Yahweh. That's how Yahweh he divided the spoils with his brothers. But it starts with this truth. So the word was divided by line, and it even spills over to your understanding. Everybody don't have the same threshold for pain either. You shouldn't really desire a lot. That whatever your understanding is, man, that's your understanding. Scripture say that is given us, think their own reverence. Ecclesiastes 3, and 18 verse. Seek out not the things that's too hard for you. So the moral of the story is what? He was given this truth, right? This understanding to be preserved from a very heavy time in biblical prophecy. So, yeah, so that's the whole reasoning. That's the objective to survive, man. And you're going to be preserved through this understanding. Point blank period, man. All right? And I'm going to say this. This is not, a call to bring all black people in this thing. It's only for a serious matter.
All right, Con, this is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 12. 2nd Ezra 16 and 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shah and his power is going to reach the extent of the judgment, the justice of the Lord. Him making himself known is going to extend through every crevice, every cleft, every crack, every seam in the world. All right? No one is going to escape the overwhelming spirit of Yahweh Shah. And it starts right now. And guess what? We're not going to be out here for months and months on end while all hell breaking loose, man. No, it's going to be a moment where the Lord is going to actually visit you with the plagues. Then you're going to understand. Go ahead.
For strong is his right hand that beareth the bow.
Yep, go ahead.
His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they shall begin to be shot to the ends of the world.
Now that's dealing with the destruction. All right? And that's the climax of this thing. Now let's go into detail. Jump down to the 18th verse.
All right, verse 18. The beginning of sorrow.
Right, the beginning of sorrow. We're at the cups, we're at the realms of sorrow. The mirth of America is going to be turned into mourning. And that's also in Matthew the 24th chapter. I believe y'all brought it out earlier, when the Lord went into the earthquakes in diverse places, nation and tribe rising up against one another. But in that same passage, the Lord said those are the beginning of sorrow. So that's where we at in this process. We right at the beginning of the prophecy, unfold. Which they already are, but we're talking about the more intense prophecies now. Go ahead,
It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning.
Right, sorrows and great mourning. That's going to be the spirit that's going to rest and settle here in America. Sorrows and great mourning. The luxury is going to be taken away. You're not willing to get that jab. Then they're going to take away certain of your jobs, take you out of your home. Hey, there's laws on the books where they can forcibly do that, man. So the reality of the prophecy is soon to, become more perfect. Go ahead,
It said the beginning of famine and great death.
Right, they were the word famine.
The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils.
Yep, the beginning of evil. Which that evil goes hand in hand with the time of Jacob's trouble, man. That's the evils that the scripture's speaking about. The ill times that's looming. Go ahead, Al.
What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Right, and you had the prophet Ezra, and he was concerned. He voiced his concern. The Lord showed him a vision of this time, man. It's going to be a real heavy time. It's going to take people unaware. When that DoorDash app, Jake, there's going to be chicken business. And that's going to play on the psyche of the Americans. Go ahead,
Come, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges
right,
for
that's
men.
the Lord swinging haymakers at you. Swinging at you. Looking to connect. He's going to connect. He's going to bruise you people. Yeah, you're going to be smitten by your how about smell shot. It's going to come in the form of that plague, man, which is the famine. That's the plague that's going to open this thing up in America. When the food is scarce. That's going to wipe away all smiles. When that food is scarce, see, when that food ain't out here, that's when the mirth and joy will be taken away from the Babylonians.
Time.
Go ahead, huh? Go ahead.
Back here. This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 6, and verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger.
Right. Woe unto you who are full, which goes into being satisfied. Overall, even those of you full, and because America is the most obese nation on the planet Earth. Well, that's a curse. But the scriptures tell you, woe unto you who princes eat in the morning. Go ahead.
God, it says, woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep.
Right. Those of you who are, you are not burdened, if you will, with even the reality of knowing that there's in your house a power that's ready to kill you. That contributes to your mirth. Because, Esau's a child, man. And Esau, what he did, he took away all, accountability. You see? It's a free fall under the so-called white man. You can do what you want. That's why you see everybody out of order. We can cut she with a man, and she got her eye is undisciplined. What's that is, one time? Yeah, one time. Yeah, ain't no accountability. That comes from Esau. So that's that joy. That contributes to the joy. You're able to do whatever fits you. Whatever feels good, you have the liberty to do so, right? But that's going to be taken away. Oh, that's why 2 Ezra 16 chapter speaks about that young bride shall mourn because they're not going to have them apples or access to it unless you get that thing. See, everything making clip. It's making sense now. Esau had made his move. So now he wants you to comply. If you don't comply, then that's when things gonna start taking that turn. All right, come on, go ahead.
2 Ezra 16 and 20. It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness,
Yep.
nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yeah, so when the Lord brings judgment, you don't consider that it was a how about Shemiah shot. That's why when you hear a nigga get put to death, the first thing they say is just in his life, they justify the nigga, man. When they should have been saying, yeah, the Lord visited him, man. The Lord killed him. He went right. He said he was just getting his life together. Just started working at Soul when he had a little girl. And he had his whole life ahead of him. That's proud. But most importantly, you wasn't mindful of the scourge. See, when you come into this truth, you can do something that sort of stump your toe. And you said, oh shit, you know that the Lord sent a form of judgment. We know, we are mindful of the scourges. When things happen to us, we know, oh, how about some other stuff? But you people not mindful of the scourges. In fact, at the vigil, what they call it, the vigil, at the candlelight vigil for Junebug, they'll have a nigga in the name of Jesus Christ. So that's more proof that you're not mindful of the scourges. Go ahead, huh?
It says,
that's equivalent to me whooping you, and you back out there doing some more shit because you didn't know better. So eventually I'm gonna have to just kill you. Go ahead, huh?
behold, this one shall be so good, chief upon earth,
Yep.
that they should think themselves to be in good case.
And you people think you're in good case, man. You put your trust in a wide range of things. If it's just something as subtle as your check every week, you got 40 hours. Now you looking at a nigga's side, you know. You trust in a nigga as long as you can get a 2 for 2, you know what I mean? Well, that contributes to your unwillingness to hearken to the message. Because you content. Go ahead.
It says, and even then shall evil grow, it's like even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Yeah, it's brewing now. Evil is growing. You know, you can feel it. You can feel that spirit of resistance in the air. You know, you can feel where the scene is finna shift, where you people finna hit with adversity, man. And who you gonna turn to? You saw already, old boy, the military guy. He tapped out. He said, "Look, man, I can't take that L." He said, "I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be a zombie, man. I'm gonna go and take the shot, my little girl, and all that shit." Go ahead, huh?
It says, even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Yep, sword, famine, and great confusion. Right, that word famine keep popping up too. You notice that, right? That's how the Lord is gonna, that's a war strategy. The Lord is gonna execute what is known as blockade and siege, where you cut off all the supplies of the city, man. Okay, that's what the Lord is doing to America, Babylon the Great. That's the first surgical strike. And that's gonna set off a sequence of events. Real talk, man. Imagine you see the look on these people's face right up because you can eat. Tell me, you can't eat that, equalize everything. You can have a Bentley, whatever you niggas drive. You got it. You can bring your designer belt, bring it on. Bring whatever you want to bring to the table, bring it on. Guess what? That's going to be the big equalizer. We're going to make you equivalent to just a homeless guy with pushing a basket. None of you got nothing to eat, man. That's how the Lord is going to equal. They're going to be the great equalizer, the famine. Real quick, give me first. Give me Lamentation, 4th chapter. Very cruel form of punishment. Oh, I was like, brother, way patient too.
It's Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and a great noise,
Yep.
with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. Verse 8. It shall even be as when a hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth. But he awaketh, and his soul is empty.
Yeah, and that's happening too. Because the famine, there's a psychological element to not being able to eat. Because you can actually daydream about food. That's why you hear people say, what you got to take for? Niggas, you know what they gonna say? Some wings. That's why, you think it's a joke. That's why the Lord, the first thing that went out was chicken. You see how this thing's playing out? The first thing that was published through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, with lack of chicken. You know, a nigga ain't gonna turn down, you know, even if he's thinking. Like he's still trying to come up with something. You said chicken. You gonna go with it. Or that quail. Yes, yes. This is the time when they full up that quail, you know. The nigga eat chicken as much as they can. You see that in your spirit? Now in your spirit, you trying to gather all the chicken, you know, all the 20 pieces. Yeah, you got 20 pieces. And you put an emphasis on flat. Oh, you saw it, you understand? That's good, man. They still playing that song in 2021?
Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with
Pay
honor.
attention to this. Read this again.
God, it said, this is the book of Lamentations 4 and 9.
Uh-huh.
They that be slain with the sword.
Right. If you get mowed down with the sword, the modern day sword being the gun, or even an ancient one, let's say if you get killed with a sword. Right? Go ahead.
Are better than they that be slain with hunger.
See? It's better to die from that than to die from hunger. And it's going to tell you why. Go ahead.
It said, for these pine away,
Yep, you pine away,
stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
stricken through for want of the fruits of the field, meaning in your mind you can imagine what you want to eat. That what contributes to the psychological torture of famine. That's the one thing you sitting there and you can't eat, but your mind. Now you're thinking about a 20-piece flat, all flat. Tell the Lord, oh man. That's why he said, read this one more time. That's why the famine is emphasized in the prophecies, man. And it fits America. This is a beautiful way to combat the pride of America, because America is built on food. You gotta remember, this is Esau. What I mean by that is because when you go out, right, that's the one thing you're gonna do. You're gonna get something to eat. Even if you might go to something to clothes, you're not gonna get something to eat. Usually you put something to eat. You know? And you have fast food restaurants, which goes back to Esau, who had not the resilient spirit, if you
I'd have a
will,
lot more than I got now.
to wait on the pottage.
Damn, but they're 19. I mean,
So that's why you have fast food restaurants. That's a testament of that being Esau. Couldn't wait on the food. You got drive-thrus now. It has been polished up more with the apps. You got DoorDash. Go ahead. Who's reading? That's like,
God, Lamentations 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
Yep, go ahead.
For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Yeah, so you can taste it, you know, you can taste your favorite dish, but you can't have it. That shows you how cold the Lord is. So there's a more of a psychological overtone to famine. All right? And when you go into the details of it, it's not easy on the ear, because pretty much you eat away at yourself. That's what started happening. You start to eat yourself up. You have acids in your stomach, and without food in it, at certain time that acid is there. You know, that acid, if there ain't no food there to break down, it will start eating up you, man. Real agonizing death. You know, your ribs touching, man, and you humbled at that point. See, playing with the y'all about to stop. Because all you Americans have a certain level of pride. Just knowing you can go get a 2 for 2, man. Yeah. That sets off, it activates this pride in you. But everybody's humble. You can have on a Gucci belt, but if you haven't ate in a couple of weeks, then you're going to be humble. That's, man, come on.
Yeah, this is the book of Revelations 18 and 7.
You're going to eat that Gucci belt. Because in the history they did that. Israel had to eat their belt. So imagine, Spirit set it up. Imagine you can take pride in belts. You got a big, you got rhinestones. Yeah, you know, how to catch up package.
God, this is Revelation 18 and 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived maliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Yeah, so the Lord is going to balance off the pride of Esau, which is being played out by you Americans, right? It's going to be balanced off by torment and sorrow. That's how the Lord going to make things right. You're going to be a base, man. Go ahead.
For she said in her heart, I see the queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
And that's really the vibration of America. You know, they don't believe in the report. They don't believe that sorrow coming. They don't believe that the food is going to be scary. You know, they don't believe that adversity is going to be, you know, going to stand between you. Oh, yeah, come on. We're going this way?
Oh, we're going to go around. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, like the average, you know, Babylonians, they don't understand what's in front of them. They don't know that the Lord set up a very heavy spirit of resistance to resist the advances of Esau moving into the phase of pressing the reset, but the Lord is, combating it. And you people don't get caught up in it. Why? Because you are of Babylon. Go ahead.
Therefore, so her plagues coming one day.
Go ahead.
Death.
Death.
And mourning.
And mourning, yeah,
And-
death. There's going to be a lot of death, which is going to contribute to the mourning. Go ahead.
And famine.
And famine. See, that's where famine. Whenever you read the prophecy, whenever you read the threats, that famine come up, man. Go ahead.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Right, and that's the climax. World War III, and that in itself has proven to be a challenge. I'm talking about the Israelites. Guys with a Hebrew Israelite man, long man. You got three. Like you got three men. You know what I mean? You got three Hebrew Israelite men. And you don't even know that destruction coming, man. Which will be preceded by a series of plagues. You know, we in that time. Okay? So, hey, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. Double honor to our teachers, the head apostles, the elders, great millstone. Shalom to the brothers laboring in his work. And as always, you believe in the Akim as well as the Aqua. Those who got them subscribe as well. Till next time, shalom.
Shalom. DCA. Above, soon.
Hey.